Welcome to musicmoveit.com, and today I want to talk about how I got some of my music on the radio. Now, as you know, getting on the radio, regular terrestrial radio, is very, very hard because they play songs that are obviously the most popular that they think people want to hear, but it all comes down to just getting the people to listen so they can get more advertising dollars. So of course they're going to play the most popular artists over and over and over and over again. We all know this. It's extremely hard to get an indie artist on regular radio unless you're on like an indie label that is really popular. So what I did one time, I did many different things, but one of the stories that I did, you got to get the music director and the program director, you got to get their attention. So there was a station where I lived in Ohio. One of the bigger stations there, played hip hop, R&B, some pop, stuff like that. And I was trying to promote my album, and I wanted my single on this radio station. So what I did, I knew when the music and program director were working. So I went up to a local pizza shop, and I got a sheet pizza, one of them big long ones. And then I asked for a large empty pizza box. So what I did was I took the large empty pizza box and I put a couple copies of my album, a couple copies of just the single that I was promoting on CD. That's important to do. And then I put my press kit with the folder where it's like a bio, 8x10 black and white, business card, just stuff like that. And then I put a note explaining what I was trying to do. So I go to where the radio station is, and I get up there and I acted like I was just delivering food. And I took it to, because there's just about every place like that has a security counter, and you can't just walk in to talk to people. So I was like, this pizza is for such and such, because there was a couple radio stations in that building. Such and such had blah, blah, blah radio. So I did this, and the one music director was on the air at the time. And it impressed him. He actually gave me a shout out on the air. When I was leaving the building, I heard him say my name. And that was really cool. Now, I didn't get full-time spins on that station, obviously, but just by doing that to get his attention, I was able to get in some of the mix shows and things like that on there. And that's key, still. I mean, if you could just even get in a mixed show, or sometimes these stations have a late-night hip-hop show where they can kind of play more of whatever they want. Even if you could get on those, that's a huge deal. And I've used the pizza truck a couple times with other program directors in different stations and surrounding areas, and a little bit out of state where I traveled, and it generally would work. Now, why am I telling you this story? Well, because the moral of the story is to think outside the box. Think of different things you could do to impress people, to get in with them so they'll want to play your music or whatever. Another thing I used to do is I used to go to, how radio, they always sponsor a club night, and certain DJs will be there or whatever, and I used to go to these club nights and introduce myself to the DJs, give them my album if they were cool with that, and many times I've gotten radio play because of that. You got to be professional though. Don't be intimidating, don't be threatening in any way. I know this is easy stuff to think about, but just be a pleasant person, and a professional person, and they will take you seriously, and they may just play your music. And that has worked many times for me as well. Just getting to know the DJs, go to the club nights. You can pass out promotional material at the club nights sometimes. Sometimes clubs won't let you put stuff out like that, but kill two birds with one stone. Get to know these DJs, and they can help you in the future, possibly. So the moral of that story is, you never know. Think outside the box. Always look at the big picture. Think of different ways to get your song played on the radio. And of course now, this was like back when, Sirius XM was kind of just starting out. Sirius and XM were actually separate then. So terrestrial radio, which is, what you hear in your car through the local airwaves, is what was huge then. I mean, it's still pretty big now, don't get me wrong. It'd be great to be on these stations. But satellite radio is big, streaming is big, things like that. But college and terrestrial are still there, and they still draw huge audiences, so you can still take advantage of that. Think outside the box. You can do it. It's not hard. Just to think of different ways to get people's attention in positive ways and impress them. Impress them with, the preparation that you took to just to get them to hear this song, or, you also got to have good music, or else none of this is going to work. So, but anyway, yeah, that's it. So hopefully you can take that story and think of your own ways to get in touch with people. Nowadays with satellite radio, sometimes you could just send an email to a DJ there, or they have program directors as well, music directors, so it just depends. So do what you got to do your own research, impress, and you will see what works and what doesn't. And whatever works, repeat it at other stations, other internet radios, and other things like that. If you got something that works, stick with it until it stops working. Then you gotta regroup and think of something else. So, all right, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like it, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to do more and more videos to help you be a better band or artist or musician or label owner or whatever. So please subscribe now. Thanks again. I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching my videos. And I wanted to tell you about a few things. I'm going to leave some links in the description below, so make sure you take advantage of them. I want you to check out and download our ebook. It's a step-by-step guide to release your own music from start to finish. Check out the link below. It's called Release Your Own Music, a step-by-step guide. Download that today. Also, Jango Radio. It's a streaming service like a Pandora, and they're doing a special offer with me where they're giving artists and bands 100 spins on their streaming station. You just got to click the link below. You can only use this link to get that offer, and you must be a new Jango user. It's an excellent opportunity to get your music out there to more people. Check it out, click the links, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.